Talk about one other example after for the after answer. Okay, when a lead is created and this lead is a phone. Okay, phone, phone inquiry. Lead and having phone number. Okay, this lead is a phone inquiry lead and having a phone number. Okay, when a lead is created, this is a lead having phone inquiry. This is a phone inquiry lead, and someone called on the phone, and then lead is get created. But the agent who pick up the phone, uh, sometimes they forgets to add the number. But if they added the number, having the phone number, then create a task record. Okay, then create a task record and assign this task to the person who recently assigned who recently assigned or who recently assigned don't make it complex because who recently completed the okay who recently completed completed the lead. If the lead don't If no member found, then okay. Who got the requirement? Who understand this requirement?
Definitely not me.
Hmm?
Definitely not me.
What is the issue?
I don't know. If no member found it, don't create a test record. No clue.
Well, if the record is not created, then the lead would not go for approval or whatever it is supposed to be happening. And it's probably going to also create a lag, right?
If the lead is not created,
No, I mean, the record. If the record doesn't have a phone number, then it says, then don't create the task record, which means if that lead is supposed to receive some kind of support or then it won't happen because of that problem. So it kind of creates a problem.
so it's I'm asking you, what do you understand with this requirement?
Okay.
What this requirement says to do?
Don't create a task record.
That's the only thing.
It also shows the throws the error with no phone number is present. So while it's creating the record, it's supposed to ask for phone number, and we're supposed to kind of create maybe a trigger, maybe to ask for phone number again, or do not create a record if the phone number is not entered.
Anyone else want to say something? It's just a normal English, man. You guys are not able to understand this one. Really, guys are not able to understand it. Then how you can do the job?
Assignment of the lead without the phone number to a certain user, I guess. No.
Okay, just start. So requirement says that whenever the lead is created, just go line by line. If the lead is a phone number, it's a phone inquiry lead and having a phone number. Okay, then we need to create a task and assign this task to the person who recently completed the lead. That is the first task. Second thing is that if that lead does not have any phone number, then throw the error. And if no member found, then don't create the task. Meaning none of the lead is recently completed. That's it. If none of the lead is recently completed, then we don't need to throw the error. Still having issues? You guys need to put lots of efforts.
So Suraj, I don't understand this phrase. At this, when this task is assigned this task to the person who recently completed the lead, who's recently completed the lead?
That we need to find it. Who recently completed the lead? Lead is completed means that lead is converted.
Yes,
the
but
lead is completed.
Okay, so how are we supposed to find that person who recently completed the lead?
That how we extract the data from the Salesforce.
Okay, so assign.
That's the thing. I'm asking to you how we extract data from Salesforce.
I guess with the Apex call with API through UI API.
No.
With the help of addError?
Imperative call?
Is there any LWC here so that we can use that file? addError is only for the LWC. You are correct. We have addError we are using to get data from the Salesforce. That's correct. But that is for the LWC. What is?
Imperative call?
Imperative call is for what? Apex class? Are you sure?
With the help of SQL or?
Yes, with the help of SQL, we fetch the data from the Salesforce. So with the help of SQL, we are fetching the data from the Salesforce. So with the help of SQL, we get the person who recently completed the lead. That is no issue.
Okay.
Okay, let's do. So first thing is that we need to check it's a phone inquiry lead and having a phone number. So again, let's go into the apps and we have to create the task record. We need to create a task record. So it means that we need to write the trigger on the after insert. So here we also have to type after insert. and after insert is here. Again, I'm going to add the loop. Okay, loop. In this loop, I will first check the lead is a phone inquiry lead or no. So first I need to check it, phone inquiry lead or no. Lead source is equals to phone inquiry. Okay. After that, what we have to check, having phone number, must have the phone number. So if must have the phone number, it means that phone number cannot be blank. So string dot is not blank. Okay. So phone number is not blank, lead source is phone inquiry, and phone number is not blank. Then we have to create the task. But before creating the task, we need to capture the person who recently completed the lead, who recently completed the task, who recently completed the lead, meaning who recently completed the make the closed one. So for that, we need to make an SQL query. So let's first make a SQL query, list lead so list lead. So as we know that whenever we have to write an SQL query, first thing we need to go to the query editor and write a query over up here. So first we write select ID, comma, owner ID, okay, from lead. So it will give me all ID owner. I fetch for the owner ID, meaning the person who working on the lead. This is for that. Okay. Since we have only one user, so that's why it's fluctuating. Now, who recently completed the lead, meaning that lead is completed, meaning lead is converted, where is converted equals true. Okay, we have only one lead where it's converted equals to true. Now we need to find the recent one, means we need to order by recent, means last modified. Okay, order by last modified, DESA, descending. So it will give me the recent converted lead. So I will copy this one. Oh shit. Let's execute. It's working fine or something. Last modified date. Sorry, I forgot the date. Okay, I copied this one. Paste it. From lead, where is converted equals to true, meaning lead is converted, and order by last modified. Okay, So this is the way I find the lead, which is lastly converted. Okay. Now, once I got the lead, and to check it that if I am able to find the lead or no. So again, I will check it that lead list dot is not empty. Okay, lead is not empty. I think lead list class. I think it is empty, and we need to put a not before that. Let me check. Is empty. Okay. So not name this one. Okay. Lead is empty means there is no value in this lead. We don't find any lead. But if we don't find any lead, we don't need to create a lead. But if we find the lead, then we have to create a lead. So let's put a not. This not is not working. So we have to put exclamation mark here. Exclamation mark means that not. Okay, not lead is empty. Not lead is empty. Then we have to create the task. Add some task fields. New phone lead, and it will be assigned to lead list dot get 0 dot owner ID. Since we don't have to perform the DMNN loop, so we need to create a task record, task list. Once we are done with that, after that, we need to insert the lead. If TK list is not empty, then insert the TK list. Oh, might be that is the issue is that it will show only to the person to whom it is assigned. Let's check. I'm thinking the same. It is assigned to this Winter 23 user. That's why. Let me check. I was thinking the same. I'm not sure, but let's check it. In Tokyo. Yeah, I can see. Because it assigned to this Winter 23 user. So that's why it must have to show in under that one. So it's showing up here. But yes, it is creating and it's showing under this user, Winter 23 user, because it's assigned to the Winter 23 user. That's why. Okay, so this is how that our after trigger is working. Okay, after trigger is used to create records. Okay, create records. We are creating the records, and it is shown that we create the records. But one thing is pending here, that if lead don't have phone number, then throw the error. Phone number is not present, meaning this one. So if lead don't have phone number, meaning else. Lead.phone dot add error, and error message will be phone number not present. Okay, now let's go back and create a new lead, and in that lead I'm just going to remove this phone number and save it. So you can see the error message says that phone number is not present. So the point here is that this is how the insert trigger is working. Okay, insert trigger is in this way, means first we need to check the operation type. Okay, first we need to check the operation type, and then for different operation we perform the different thing. This one, let's minimize it, and for when after insert, when before insert. Okay, make sense? Are you guys here or went off?
You are here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is how we write a after trigger. Now, if you look at this trigger is looks so long. It has so many code over up here, and then after insert is here. And if anyone add any other instance, you will add bottom, then bottom, and then bottom. It will like make lengthy. Lots of code present over up here. It will make lengthy. And what happened? It will hard to manage Okay, it will be get harder to manage if you have a lots of instances. So here comes our third best practice of the trigger. Okay, here comes the third best practice of the trigger, which says that where is our doc? Which says that always design the logic less trigger. Okay, always design the logic less trigger, meaning create a trigger for the object, and then put all its logic inside the helper class. Okay, put all logic inside the helper class and call the appropriate method inside the trigger. Okay, so always design the logic less trigger. Always design the logic less trigger. Always design the logic less trigger. Sorry, Control Z. Always design a logic less trigger for an object, meaning always means trigger does not contain a logic. Okay, so for that, since we need to create a separate class which is known as a helper class. Okay, helper class. So for that we need to create a helper class and put a logic over there. So how we create a helper class? Helper class is normal Apex class. It's not an any special class. It's again a normal Apex class, and just we are using this helper class to add a logic only. So we create a helper class. The name will be lead trigger helper. Okay, it's nothing more creative in that. It's just a normal Apex class. But this Apex class contains some methods. We haven't talked about the methods yet. Okay, we haven't talked about the method yet, but here we are designing some methods. Okay, so methods, how we write a methods? So method is public static void. Right now I'm just writing it. Just don't put any effort in that. Why is the public, why is static? We will discuss about it. What is the public static means? What is void means? Different things. We will discuss about it. But right now, I'm just designing a method. So public static void before insert. Okay, before insert, and for the before insert, what we need, if I go to my lead trigger. So in case of a before insert, what we are doing, we are passing, we are doing with the help of a trigger.new, and trigger.new is a list of lead. So we will just use list of lead, and here we type new lead list. Okay, new lead list, and here I will copy everything from here to till the before insert. I copied everything and move it here and paste it. Okay, I move it here and paste it, and instead of trigger.new, I will just replace the trigger.new with this one and save it. Okay, after saving, I need to call this one, as I mentioned earlier, that first we need to put the method in the helper class and then call the appropriate method inside the trigger. So how we call the appropriate method inside the trigger? First, we need to write the class name dot method name. Our method name is trigger.insert, trigger.insert. Now it is expecting for new lead list. So here I will put the trigger.name. That's it. Similarly for after, okay, similarly for the after trigger. So let's do this way. After insert also demanding for the trigger.new. So new lead list, same thing, just only here after insert. And I will remove the logic from here. All the logic I will remove from here. Cut it and paste it here. All the logic I remove from there and paste it here. And instead of trigger.new, I will replace the trigger.new with new lead list. Okay, that is done. Now I need to call this one here. And here, instead of that, I will type after. That's it. So now my trigger is become less. Trigger is become logicless. I didn't add any logic in this trigger. There is no logic present inside the trigger, only method name. So what does it help? Since you are writing some trigger in your helper class, so you can write your trigger in your helper class. Any other developer also comes in. If he wants to write a trigger in this helper class, if he wants to add some logic, he will create own helper class and call the helper class over up here. Okay, so it works in this way. So as a result, it will not mix. Your code will not mix up with any other code, and your everything will looks quite simple and easily understandable. You can easily understand it. If you don't want to execute any piece of a code, you just need to just comment one line of a code, and that logic will be not executed whenever the trigger will execute. So this is the way that how we are exactly working. Exactly what we do, we put every logic inside the helper class and then call the helper class method inside the trigger. And in trigger, we have a different operation types, so that the trigger, if this is a before insert, so it will handle the before insert helpers. If after insert, so it will handle the after insert helpers. And since you are not only the developer is working on any project, different developers are also working on the project. So different developer has their own helper class. They will create the helper class. Okay, they will create the helper class and then put the logic in that helper class and call the helper class from the trigger. Okay, call the helper from the class from this trigger and complete their job.